Hey Derek, Vince here. Going to address your question. I'm in the garage because it's really loud in the house, blowing on these sea whistles. So here I am. To address your question, the first thing I was going to do is show you a generation Freeman tweaked C generation and compare the bore sizes. You can see they're basically identical, right? This one's a little thicker, but the walls are thicker. So anyway, it's very much about the same, and I think the playing characteristics are closer to this in that this whistle or whistles like this with a narrower bore are not known for being powerhouse, loud, punchy players. They're known for being sweeter. And that's what happens when you move from the Syn E flat to the Syn C is you get a little more sweetness, you get a little less punch. So I think it depends on what you're looking for. Um, I like it. I like C whistles that are sweeter. I tend to play when I'm playing either alone or with just a fiddler or something. I'm gonna play a Mellow Dog C, which is pretty quiet. More maybe even something like this. I'm not gonna pull out my Humphrey C, which is really loud and punchy and dominant, but I don't love the tone. It's just great for outdoor playing. I see this as kind of somewhere in the middle, and that's what's nice about this set. You had asked me, you had mentioned you're gonna buy a C whistle, or that you'd like the C is kind of the most important part of this set. I see this set as a utility set. I see it as you can play it outside. It's pretty protected from the wind. It's fairly strong notes, so you're not going to get swept away. It's louder than a lot of the C whistles, even though this one isn't. It's the least loud of the three that comes in the set. So it's a strategy thing. What are you going to use it for? If you only need a C whistle, should you buy the set that has all three? Mm, I'm not sure that I would, but as far as this C whistle goes, it's a nice little player. I don't find the middle C and D to be a problem in terms of tone. I'll play it for you though, and you can listen for yourself. What I do notice is compared to the E flat version of this, the low bell note is harder to get. It's not abnormally hard to get. It's probably more in line with most C whistles actually, but it is harder to get than the E flat. It's less punchy, less dominant. Okay, so what I mean is I'm not really it's not really happening, but what I'm trying to get it to do is do that thing where you go down to the bell note and you end up right in between octaves for a split second, and then it just either drops down or it pops up, which is annoying. I'm trying to get to that. I'm not really being successful because I'm probably thinking about it too much. That is more likely to happen with this than the E flat version. That being said, it's a sweet little whistle, and I don't see that as a problem. I see that as you have to lower your breath when you go down the whistle, which is kind of what you're supposed to do anyway. I will now go to those notes you were concerned about. I'll play a few long ones just to show you. I'll start the note about where I would, and then I'll push it a little, and then I'll let it down, and you can hear the range. And I'll do the same in the E. Okay, so you can hear I'm pushing it pretty hard there. It's still holding. And now the E. So you're getting a lot more tonal variation here because you're not getting the venting advantage out to the D. So it's easier to drift, but again, that's normal for all whistles. All right, so hopefully that's enough for you to get an idea. Real quick, I'll just play this one to give you a little contrast. So, in my opinion, this is way nicer whistle than. Oh, actually, it's a nicer whistle. If you're indoors in a night with nice acoustics, it's a sweet little whistle. But this is much more stable, and I like the tone. So there you go. I'll go back to it just to give you one last contrast. All right. Hope that answers your question. Take care.